We all have dreams and goals. They're actually quite awesome. I don't care if you're trying to get that promotion at your job, or you want to start a family of 4 in a dream house, or you're trying to make your hobby into your full-time career. Dreams are great because they give us something to fight for, a goal to strive towards, a light at the end of the tunnel, a reason to keep going in this thing we call life. Because life gets hard, we need that sometimes. But unfortunately, it seems sometimes we just aren't getting anywhere with our dreams. We're not moving towards them, or maybe if we are, it's going really slow. And while it's great to think about and dream, it's really depressing when we then remember the reality. I am really into photography right now, and I want to take better pictures and make better videos. But when I saw the Wildlife Photography Awards, I saw the winning picture and that was great. Then I went to the website, saw that there was a young section for people under 18, and this was the winner. The person who took this picture is at least 5 years younger than me. What am I supposed to do? How can I achieve anything when I am so far behind with 5 extra years of experience? That kid might have achieved more before becoming 18 than I will my entire life, but I am hoping to reconcile that. So, what are we doing wrong? Why can someone so much younger than us have done so much more than us when we're where we are? Well, I want to point out one of the biggest differences between successful people and us. We tend to leave our dreams as dreams. We sit on the couch, scrolling through articles, trying to figure out what camera we'd buy in the not so distant yet very far off future, where we apparently have money for that kind of thing. We decorate our future perfect house exactly as we want it, and we know how our ideal partner looks like, and we maybe even know what we'd call our kids, but they're just dreams. They're not reality. I don't have the money for that camera, I don't have the money for a house, and I'm certainly not ready for kids, yet I've already decided on most of these things. But why? The research and the decisions we're making now might be completely wrong or have completely changed by the time it becomes relevant. By the time I have money for a camera, new cameras have come out and the decision I made won't be relevant anymore. It's basically a waste of time. I mean, we can decorate our future house, but maybe that house doesn't exist, or maybe we'll never have money for that, so we'll have to make concessions. I'm not saying you shouldn't dream. Dreaming, as I mentioned, is great, but we also have to remember that it doesn't lead to anything and it doesn't actually get us there. We're too busy sitting on the couch to actually achieve our dreams. And that's the point of this video. I want you to get off your couch and go out there and just fucking do it. Try and fail and try again. This is the only way we're ever going to get there, is if by failing a million times and then getting the right picture on the 1,000,001st picture. That award-winning picture. There's only one way to do it. And we forget that sometimes. But I also think we ignore it deliberately. It's hard. And we probably have a pretty low self-esteem, and our dreams sometimes just seem completely unachievable. When I look at the Wildlife Photography Awards, I don't know how I'm ever going to compete with those pictures or ever get anything close. I might not have to, but it just makes my dream seem impossible. I mean, how could I, as a 22-year-old, ever earn any money from photography when there are under 18-year-olds who make these kinds of pictures? I'm completely outperformed by them. And worse than that is when we are faced with our actual skill. Most of us are in a point where we can recognize what's bad. We can tell a bad picture from a good one. We can I can tell that a video is bad or it has problems, or we know what a bad manager looks like, but we might not be able to do it better ourselves. So we don't. When you stay on the couch researching photographs and learning about settings and cameras and lenses, well, then you don't have to face the reality that the pictures you're taking are actually pretty shite. I've wanted to start this YouTube channel for God knows how long, and now that I'm actually making these videos, I need to come face to face with how bad I am at making videos. I can picture, I can imagine, I can see the video in my head, the good version, but it never comes out like that. And I think that's why we always keep researching and keep preparing, because then we don't have to face the reality of who we actually are and how good we actually are. We use excuses to explain why we do this research. We're researching and preparing so that when that one moment shows up, we're ready to jump and we execute it perfectly so that we get our dreams. Everything is solved. Or that we're preparing so that, well, when we are finally ready, we can go out and take good pictures, because we kind of know we won't be able to do it. So we just keep researching, learning about settings and everything, so that, well, when we finally start taking pictures, they're actually good from the start. They won't be. That's the problem. As much as we can theorize and learn and research, it's never going to substitute the best teacher there is: failure. Failure is the ideal teacher, and it's the one we all need to embrace, even though she's kind of a bitch. Failure is tough and hard on us, and it punishes us so much, and mostly because we also punish ourselves, but we also learn so much from it. And that's why we need to go out and practice. We need to take those pictures, go shoot some trees or some cats or some people, so that we can learn how to do it better. I want you to maybe become a babysitter so that you're actually prepared to deal with children when you get some of your own. There's so many things we could do, and they're not always obvious. I mean, how do you prepare for a promotion? You don't want to not get the promotion 6 times in a row and then get it on the 7th. That would suck and take too much time. That's not the point. No, you get the promotion by proving that you're the best candidate for the job. And if we're talking a managerial role where there's some leadership aspect, well, you could take a leadership course and a course on budget management and all of that, but that's research. That's easy. No, you need to actually do it and fail. Of course, you could ask your boss or the person in that position, well, could I do some of your jobs? Could I help you out? Could I take some of your load? And that would show initiative, and it would give you practice. It'd also kind of suck if you failed at it, but it would be good. Another thing you could do is figure out some problem in your community or in your workplace, some thing that needs solving, that everyone thinks needs solving, or at least a lot of people, but no one's doing anything about it. Take those people and lead them to a future where that's not a problem anymore. By doing that, you show actual leadership capacity. You prove to yourself and to your boss that might be promoting you that you have what it takes for this kind of role, because you've done it before, just in a kind of different scenario. There might even be some budget management involved, or you might be resolving conflict. Figure out what it takes for this role and then practice those skills inside or outside your workplace. Failure, as I mentioned, is tough. It's hard on us mentally and physically, and it kind of depresses us a lot of the time. So what do we do to practice? How do we get past this and overcome it so that we can keep practicing even though it's hard? Well, I mean, we could just use our mental fortitude to just truck through until we're in a better place and dream. I know I've said so many times that we need to stop dreaming in this video, but it also serves as motivation. If you dream up the future you want and really focus on it and make it specific, it can serve as an insane motivator for you to just push through failure and get there. I have a lot of mental fortitude and a lot of motivation, but that's not what got me going with these videos, because frankly, when I rewatch my old videos, I get depressed. No, what's kept me going through this failure is that I committed myself to a schedule. It's the best thing I did in 2020, is say that I'm gonna upload a video every Thursday. Because of that, I've forced myself to output something that's not perfect. It's not necessarily even good enough. Maybe it's just fine. Maybe it's actually just shit. It doesn't matter, because I'm making it and I'm getting it out there. If I hadn't put myself on this schedule, I would have probably still been working on my first video, or maybe trying to figure out what the best first topic for my first video would be. Even if I was working on my video, I'd probably be constantly re-recording and re-editing and never getting it published, because it'd never be good enough. This schedule has forced me to just keep working forward and keep trying and experimenting and learning from failure. As much as it sucks, it's what we have to do if we want to get to where our dreams are. Stop dreaming. Stop thinking. Stop researching. Just get out there and try stuff. Try to get what you want and achieve your dreams. Sometimes it's obvious what we have to do, and sometimes it's kind of hidden, and sometimes we kind of specifically ignore it. I remember when I'd made my first 2 or 3 videos, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to show this to my family. I'll wait until my videos are better so that they can be proud and I can show it to them. And when I said that out loud, I realized how fucking dumb that was. I was stuck in the same place. I was researching by making videos, but I wasn't showing them to anyone. I wasn't getting them out there. Part of the dream that I have is that this YouTube channel becomes popular, so I kind of have to share my videos with people. But I didn't think they were good enough. I didn't think I was good enough yet to actually share it, so I wasn't trying to share my content. It's not always obvious what we're not doing. We just have to keep paying attention. You might actually already be practicing. Maybe you're already practicing leadership, or maybe you're already trying to take pictures. Maybe you don't just sit on your couch all the day, but there's probably something else you're not trying to do. If you want to become a full-time photographer, then taking pictures isn't enough. You also have to share them. And maybe you share them with your closest family right now, but share them online. Get your word out there. Get your pictures out there. Share them with the world, even if you don't think they're good enough, because that's part of the job and you have to practice doing that as well. And that's the crux of the issue. We need to think about what it takes for our dreams to be reality, what actions and what skills we need, and then we need to start practicing them now if we want to get there at all. That's the difference between you and this guy. He kept practicing.